Ibrahim Traoré's ex-lover, came back after 15 years, and what he did shocked everyone. The dawn was reluctant to break over Ouagadougou, as if the city itself hesitated to wake from a restless sleep. The sky hung heavy with thick mist that curled and clung to the narrow alleys and cracked stone streets like a fading memory. Each breath of air carried the faint scent of wet earth and dust mingled with the distant fragrance of coffee brewing from humble homes tucked behind weathered walls. The world seemed paused, holding on to a fragile moment just before the inevitable surge of day. At the center of this fragile stillness stood Ibrahim Traoré, a man whose very presence seemed to command the morning itself. His broad shoulders bore the weight of a nation's hope and scars, a silent testament to battles fought beyond the battlefield. His eyes, dark and contemplative, traced the horizon where faint rays of amber sun struggled to pierce through the gray veil of clouds. The leather strap of his watch, cracked and worn from years of use, pressed softly against his wrist, a relic of time that once promised endless tomorrows, now a bitter reminder of what had been lost. For 15 years, Ibrahim had carried a heavy secret inside him, a wound carved deep by absence, silence, and unanswered questions. It was the absence of Amina, the woman whose name still echoed in the silent chambers of his heart. Once the warmth in his life, she had vanished, without explanation, leaving behind an empty space filled with longing and regret. 15 years had passed like the slow turning of a weathered page in a book, and still, the story felt unfinished. But fate has a way of weaving threads that refuse to unravel. The heavy wooden gate to Ibrahim's modest courtyard groaned open with a reluctant creak, stirring the still air. A lone figure hesitated in the doorway, a silhouette shaped by time and trials, yet unmistakably familiar. Amina. Her eyes, dark and shimmering with unspoken stories, met his from across the distance. There was hesitation in her gaze, a flicker, a vulnerability that softened the years between them. Her hands trembled slightly, clutching a faded shawl around her shoulders as if to shield herself from the weight of the moment. Ibrahim. Her voice was barely more than a whisper, fragile as a broken song, yet it cut through the silence like a lifeline. Ibrahim remained motionless, a statue carved from years of pain and duty. The years stretched between them like an ocean, vast, cold and threatening to drown the fragile hope rising in his chest. He remembered the laughter they once shared beneath the African stars, the promises etched in moonlight, and the bitter sting of betrayal when she vanished. Around them, the city seemed to hold its breath. The familiar sounds of bustling markets and children's laughter faded into a solemn hush, as if Ouagadougou itself awaited the outcome of this reunion. "I never stopped thinking of you." Amina's voice trembled, threading its way through the fog. "Not once." The words stirred something deep within Ibrahim, a mixture of anger, yearning, and something closer to forgiveness, though it was still buried beneath layers of distrust. From the shadowed corner of the courtyard, a small boy stepped forward, clutching a weathered music box. His eyes, bright and steady, held a quiet courage that defied his tender age. The boy's presence was unexpected, an innocent thread tying past to present. "I found this," the boy said softly, extending the music box toward Ibrahim. "She told me to give it to you." The delicate melody spilled from the box, weaving through the air like a fragile prayer. It was the tune they had once danced to in secret, a song of love and hope, now resurrected in the fragile dawn. Kneeling, Ibrahim's hands trembled as they accepted the small treasure. Tears welled in his eyes, unbidden, raw, and cleansing, as memories flooded back like a tidal wave. The broken promises, the endless nights of solitude, the silent prayers whispered into the darkness. "You are not broken," Amina said, her voice steady now, the weight of years folding into a quiet strength. "You are becoming." In that moment, beneath the sprawling branches of the ancient baobab, forgiveness took root. Fragile, tentative, but real. A testament to the power of love to heal wounds carved deep by time and distance. The city slowly breathed again. The mist lifted, and a soft golden light bathed the courtyard as if the very earth was blessing this fragile reunion.